Hey everyone, Lenny here. In this episode, I'm going to give my spoiler-free review of The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm not going to say too much about the plot because I don't want to give anything away for those who haven't seen it. Okay, so here goes. The Amazing Spider-Man is directed by Marc Webb and stars Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. A big question about this movie was whether it was actually necessary because, of course, it's a reboot. The last time they started a Spider-Man movie series was only 10 years ago when Sam Raimi directed the 2002 film Spider-Man. So that movie was about Peter Parker becoming Spider-Man, and so is this movie. So do I think that this movie was worth making? And also, do I think that it was better than the 2002 Spider-Man movie? I'm going to say yes. Firstly, I think that The Amazing Spider-Man has a more realistic tone and feel to it. Especially the characters. They were deeper and darker. In the 2002 Spider-Man film, I actually found the characters to be quite annoying after a while. They just seemed to whine too much. The Amazing Spider-Man script to me is pretty good. It has a good amount of humor in it, the storytelling is very sharp, and for the most part, the scenes didn't really drag on. Except for towards the end of the movie. With a lot of action movies these days, including this one, a real downside is that the latter parts of the film tend to just, get way too messy with too much action and frantic plot. And because of this, you tend to lose your focus on the movie, and you even start to tune out and start thinking of other stuff. Well, at least that's what happens to me, but, you can let me know if that happens to you, but that happens a lot with action movies these days, and it happened in this one. And also, I think in general, they went a bit overboard in The Amazing Spider-Man, with special effects and the action. Just a bit too much. One thing I want to talk about is Spider-Man's web. Unlike the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, The Amazing Spider-Man is the same as the comics where Spider-Man actually has a device for shooting his web. For me, I actually prefer it coming out of his wrists because it makes sense. I mean, he's become a spider in many other ways, so why wouldn't he naturally be able to produce a web from his body? But, the web used in The Amazing Spider-Man was still fine. It's just a very minor thing. I just thought it was interesting. In terms of the action in this movie, I will say that I did like the camera angles and the way it was shot. Especially the fights between Spider-Man and the Lizard. However, I am not a big fan of CGI at all. And the Lizard to me looked like it was obviously CGI. Sure, it was flashy and smooth and everything, but it just didn't look real to me. If you've seen some Lenny Speaks episodes in the past, you know that I'm not really that keen on CGI. I really think that it's just not good enough yet to be used to create characters. And another thing about the Lizard to me was that his character wasn't really deep enough. I thought Dr. Kurt Connors was good, but not really the Lizard. Overall, I quite enjoyed The Amazing Spider-Man, and I recommend you give it a watch. Peter Parker to me was actually a good character in this. He's not that faithful to the comics, he's not that nerdy, but he's more adapted to the modern teenager. And I think we can all relate to him a bit more than we did in the 2002 Spider-Man. Just in general, it was really great to see Spider-Man reinvented and just captured from another filmmaker's point of view. One thing I will say is that by no means would I call this film groundbreaking or incredible. But The Amazing Spider-Man, it's a fun ride. So please post in the comments if you're excited about this movie or, if maybe you've even seen it as well. It would be fun to discuss. Right now I'm going to go play some golf, so see ya.